All right, guys, welcome back to episode 3 of In the Real Pod. We're your hosts, Aces, DJ, and yo, we got an episode for you guys.
We got a big
I know
one.
we say that every time, but we got an episode for you guys.
We got a big one still.
All right, to start it off, man, Hawkeye, Jeremy Renner news. You want to kick us off with that?
Well, Jeremy Renner has reported not wanting to come back to return to the Hawkeye Disney Plus TV series with.
I mean, he wants to come back.
with Haley Steinfeld. Okay, coming off a hot movie right now. Yeah, Brody wants to get paid, and they're holding out in the bag. Is it audience, folks, chat, whatever? Does anyone even know who he is?
Stop.
No.
Jeremy Renner
Listen,
before the MCU.
Listen. No. Brother, just look. I'm not saying Jeremy Renner is not one of the best, if not top 5 notable actors in this franchise, but you have to. Okay, maybe I took that one too far. But you have to take in the audience, the general audience. That's like, you have to realize the majority of the MCU fans. I don't think it's the hardcore people. It's the general casual goers. So you got to keep that in mind. Is he worth the bag for the general audience?
It's just, to me, it's so diss. He was an OG member, started it off with all these guys.
Yeah,
I think if anything, just that in itself, like, Marvel's too big right now.
Yeah,
and
you know what they told him?
Where you gotta respect certain actors, and he came off an injury. Let's not move like, it's not the injury, and it's not because he got crushed by that freaking tractor or whatever it was. Like
snowplow.
That snowplow.
He got ran over.
That's the reason why they're having.
Do you think so?
He didn't.
Why? Because he can't do
didn't
stunts
want more
anymore, or what?
He didn't want more, dude. He just said, I want what I made last time, which was
okay. So let's do a list right here. So I did a quick Google search, and I might be wrong about some of these numbers. Forgive me, but the first Avengers movie, he was estimated a salary of $3 to $4 million, including bonuses, which is okay. Usually the first movies for all these guys, they never got paid a lot, and he's a big name, so he got more than others.
Yeah.
Age of Ultron, he got double the salary, so around $6 million. And then now he started getting paid a lot. When it came to Civil War, he got around $8 million. Then Endgame, they had to give him the bag, so they gave him $15 million. So how much do you think he made on the Hawkeye Disney Plus series, which was aired in 2021, which was post Endgame by how many years? 3 years? 3 years.
After Endgame?
Yeah.
No, I think that was
2021. Didn't Endgame come out?
No,
18?
but you gotta understand, like, are you talking about like?
Like in
release
release
dates. My bad. Yeah. It was like a year, or it was in 2021. So
yeah.
It was like 3 years after.
Okay.
2 years after. Yeah.
So not too late, not too fresh off of the movie, but still fresh in people's minds.
How much did he make?
How much? If he made $15 million in Endgame, how much did he make?
I'll say 10.
He made an estimated of $15 to $20 million, possibly including back-end bonuses.
Well deserved. You know how much it takes to put in a show like that? Don't forget, these Marvel shows, Star Wars shows, these guys are getting the same budget as movies.
Yeah.
6 episodes. True. It's up there still.
It's a bit more work.
And it's more work, more stunts and all that. I honestly think they just don't want to pay him because it's like they might have to, like, they need more when it comes to stunts and stuff. Maybe he can't do certain stunts that he could
Maybe
do
he's
before.
a risk. They need insurance.
Maybe he's an insurance risk. Yeah, it could be a lot of those things, but I don't know, man. Pay
bro,
him what
if they can bring back friggin', I don't know, man. Like
Robert Downey Jr.
No, not even that. Like
tens of millions of dollars.
Willem Dafoe, who played Green Goblin, he's like, I'm coming back only if I can do the stunts, and they're like, sure.
Yeah, but that's kind of different.
Damn, he's like my grandpa. He's like 80 years old.
No, I'm saying that situation is just kind of different because they're not even. We don't know. They're not telling us what the reason is.
If he gets packed, they don't carry.
Yeah. Crazy Willem Dafoe. I guess it's a goat too, bro.
Yeah, no, honestly, I think the show is like B tier. I feel like certain people want to see it, some people don't. I don't think it really moves the needle if they bring the show back or
I
not.
loved season 1 of Hawkeye.
Yeah, it was good.
One of my favorite Disney Plus shows.
It was good. I liked it,
Yeah.
but I don't think it really moves the needle in the grand scheme of things, unless they want to do more of an emphasis and build the street level stuff with like Daredevil and Spider-Man or whatever. Then that makes sense. But like as of now, like it's not really. There's not a big plot. We got to see what happens in Daredevil for this street level plot.
And he's also allegedly going to be in Doomsday. And someone said, yeah, they're definitely not paying half the money for that one.
Put the fries in the bag, right? Just
Yo.
shoot some arrows and cut.
I mean, I don't know. That's a crazy one. But, you know, Hollywood polys, it is what it is. Did you see The Rock's Smashing Machine trailer? I know you saw it, but what did you think about it?
I'm not gonna lie. The Rock should have did this like 5 movies ago.
Yes.
Like 5 movies ago. He should have, stopped the BS microwave movies. Could you name the last 4 Rock movies? Or 5?
Red 1, because I watched it.
Yeah, that was
trash.
I don't know what he was thinking.
That movie was not good.
Okay.
Red 1, I don't know, Jumanji 2.
Jumanji was like,
how long ago was Jumanji?
that was a hot minute ago.
Dude, I don't go watch Rock movies.
Yeah, he's a guy I like to watch at home, like on a streaming,
Yeah,
and
bro.
like I have nothing to do. Like I cleaned every closet I have in my house, scrubbed every shoe. Then I can watch a Rock movie,
Yeah.
and even then, like, still call someone, go walk someone's dog.
Was really, really bad.
What?
Rampage.
Oh, was that the one where he was
the white albino monkey, and it was huge.
Rampage?
Rampage, yeah.
Is that the one where he's is that the one where they're like, yo, every Rock movie looks like this, and it's him in like a tan outfit? Like he looks like, I don't know. It's like every set, like Jumanji, Rampage, they all look like one movie.
Probably. Like, you never watched Rampage?
Bro, I don't like look, this is the last 5 Rock movies.
Okay.
Red 1, 2024 with Hello No.
No.
Wait, she was in that movie?
No. Oh, no. She was in
She's in another movie with him.
she is Red Notice. Her and what's it called? Ryan Reynolds.
I don't know. Red 1, Moana 2, Black Adam, DC League.
Black Adam? Wasn't that like
2022.
Yo.
Yeah.
He hasn't really been going crazy with the movies.
2023 he had a quiet year, but 2022 he had DC League of Super Pets, which was that animated thing where he was voicing whatever.
Crypto.
And then Red Notice, which was 2021.
Okay.
And then Red 1. A lot of Red movie titles. I don't know what the deal is. And this guy gets paid a lot.
Doing a franchise.
$50 million for Red 1.
Even that Red movie, those Red movies, it doesn't make sense. Yeah, $15 million.
No, 50.
$50 million, and a lot of the budget went to his salary.
It was a $250 million budget.
And 50 mil went to this guy's salary.
I mean, yo, honestly, he knows how to play ball.
Yeah, of course, because he's like, I just don't think he's the type of person anymore who can put butts in seats. I don't think he is the type of person people want to go out of their way to see.
He's losing the sauce.
This transition right now for Smashing Machine, seeing that, I said, damn, if The Rock can do this, I think anyone can be an actor. No, that's this. But if The Rock can do it, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I think he's not a good actor to me.
No.
He's not the greatest
on,
of actors.
guys,
I don't think he's...
Okay, look, he's not... Okay, look. The Rock is just known for one thing. Being a muscle guy. A guy that can just... Bro, the Fast and Furious movies, he's tossing people like he's superhuman. Like, he's known for, like, being
My favorite Rock role is Hobbs.
Yeah.
But even in Red 1...
Fast 5.
Even in Red 1, when he was there, him and Chris Evans, like, that role he plays, I like that type of role. Like, because he was like a bodyguard for Santa. He was like Santa's #1 bodyguard, right? And all that stuff. Like,
freaking stupid.
it is. It does sound stupid, but I'm speaking more to the demeanor of how he portrays himself. You know what I mean? Like, this is such a throwback. Tyler Perry, he had a movie called Why Did I Get Married? And then there was a second one, Why Did I Get Married?
That guy's a freak.
And at the end of the movie, The Rock pops up as this new type of love interest. Literally a 10-second cameo. And I'm like, this is probably the best acting I've seen The Rock do. You know what I mean? Like, something like that, something like Hobbs and Shaw, or not Hobbs and Shaw, but like his role as Hobbs, or even
it's not a lot of diversity in his roles. Is that what you're saying? Like he does.
Yeah.
There's a meme. That meme I was talking to you about. Like you can screenshot like the last 10 years of like the Rock movies, and it's very hard to distinguish. Like that was something else. He's a money maker. He's a money machine, and that's his number one goal.
I like the Game Plan a while ago.
Oh yeah, you know,
Morris Chestnut, Madison Pettis.
Game Plan or Ballers? That's the TV show.
No, Game Plan was a movie he did a while back. You watched Corey in the House, no?
Yeah.
You remember the daughter of the president?
No.
No, you don't?
No.
Really? Well, Madison Pettis is her name, and she was the little girl who was...
the one that's like his daughter in like a lot of other movies. The little curly hair girl.
She was his daughter in that one, The Game Plan. And she was like a daughter he didn't know about. Her mom dropped him off. He's a big football player. Yeah. That was a really good movie in my opinion. Yeah. But what I'm trying to say is, I feel like The Rock isn't one of the strongest actors out there, but that's because we never really got to see him do anything like that, of that caliber. I think now we can finally see what this guy's made of, because he doesn't even look like The Rock in that movie. The way
he looks very different.
It looks so serious that I was very surprised to see that. Like, of course it's makeup. I'm just saying it looks so serious. Yeah, the role just looks serious.
With Emily Bennett too, she makes a lot of movies with that guy too.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think the way Dave Bautista's career is going is really good. Like him saying, act. Like, I want to be taken serious as an actor. Like that's why I don't really want to come back to being Drax and stuff like that. Like.
He did a good job in that role, though.
John Cena, he's jokey, yeah, but you see those emotional moments in Peacemaker.
John Cena is the best out of all three of them. I'll die on that hill. So. Yes, he is.
I think Dave Bautista is the best.
What did Dave Bautista do?
Dave Bautista is really good.
What movie?
He was in Mission Impossible, or sorry, not Mission Impossible. He was in James Bond with Daniel Craig. He was in Knock at the Cabin was a pretty shit movie, but I thought he did.
That was our boy M. Night Shyamalan, whatever his name is,
that's
right?
That's your boy. That's not my boy.
No, that's our boy.
After that that's Avatar disaster, that's crazy. But yeah, anything else about The Rock?
I think it's gonna be a decent movie. I think it just needs to do well. I don't know, man. I don't know what his plan is. He wants to like, you know what Denzel said? You want to be an actor? He's like, go act
in theater.
Go act in theater. He's like, just act. He's like, none of this like YouTube, none of this like, just go act. He's like, go hit Broadway, whatever. Not Broadway, yeah, Broadway, yeah. And just go hit.
He said him and Samuel Jackson both said it. The way you learn how to actually act is through Broadway.
Yeah.
He's like, these big movies, they're not gonna really do too much for you, but yeah, no, I can see that. Broadway is like the original. Like when they talk about original bending in Avatar, the raw form of acting, dragons. Yeah. These guys, that's the original way to act, apparently, allegedly, to all these big time actors and all that. But yeah, man.
Okay, so did you finally get a chance to watch Sinners?
Finally watch Sinners, guys. Finally watch Sinners
after weeks.
Haley Steinfeld, oh my days. But yeah, I listen. I give that movie. Overall, I came out of it giving it a 9, but I think I will drop it down to like a 8.5-ish. What the thing about that movie is, I really liked it, okay? But I think, and another thing with Thunderbolts, we are going to review Thunderbolts, but they kind of had the same sort of thing where the beginning was so long, and then things wrapped up very quickly for me.
For Sinners?
For both, to be honest. But Sinners, when it comes to Sinners, it's like I love the character development. I love introducing all these characters, but it's like we really got everyone's storylines were like kind of shoved down our throats a little bit. Pause. But like and
I think that was good though. Like you actually cared about the characters.
No, it was good.
It took time to speak about everyone in the town because the last act was in that one scene, right?
I liked it. I definitely liked it. I liked that the whole movie was kind of in one location. I liked a lot of things that happened. I just can see what people are saying. This movie was really hyped up. A bit to the point where you can say it's overhyped a little bit.
It's a cultural phenomenon. That's a phenomenon.
I understand.
You know what I mean?
That's why people go crazy and call it a 10 out of 10. I just think if the crazy hype wasn't behind it, I think a lot of people would have liked it more. Me, I don't think I fell down that rabbit hole because I was excited for this movie. I was waiting for this movie. A lot of people said they went into it not knowing that vampires were even involved.
Yeah.
I had a few friends who went saying I didn't even know what the movie was going to be about. I didn't watch no trailers or anything.
Yeah.
But like I said in the last pod, I knew about this. I knew about it for years of them speaking about it being in pre-production, all that stuff. So watching it, to me, I just loved that this was an original film. I love that Ryan Coogler got to put out his passion project. It had some great acting. It had some great emotional moments. I do think that some stuff kind of got spoiled. We knew Haley Steinfeld in the trailer was going to be a vampire, right? So it's like that kind of got spoiled. His bro too. His bro in the trailer hitting his head on the thing, and she's like, "That's not your brother anymore." So certain things we knew coming into it, right? And I feel like that happened very quickly. Them turning happened very quickly. I feel
like the movie itself, because no one really knew or cared about it, and it picked up so much hype, the hype is kind of deserved, because it wasn't like it was hyped and then people got on the train. It was like, I watched it and I'm like, this is probably going to be dumb. The only reason why I watched it is because I know Michael B. Jordan. I like him as an actor, right? So I'm like, you know what? And it's a Ryan Coogler movie. So I'm like, you know what? Whatever. Let's see. The way it was advertised and marketed, it was like, it's a horror movie. So I went in there thinking, I don't really like horror movies. I'm like,
me either.
They're like,
but I knew because
plotless.
As soon as you say vampires, it's gonna be horror. That's what
I didn't even know.
I knew. You didn't know? You see, you're another person who didn't know.
But I didn't know.
About
like
vampires.
it's like you don't. I didn't really care. I wasn't paying attention. Like I do remember seeing some of the vampire promos. So I thought it was just like, I don't know, like it was part of like one scene. I didn't know like it was gonna be a vampire movie. But I don't know. I think 8.5, 9. It's a good score. I don't think it's ever gonna please everyone. A lot of people, like I had friends that called me and said this movie is not that good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That scene, that music scene that everybody is hyping up. It's a very beautiful scene.
It's a great scene.
It's a really good scene. What else? Smoke or Stack. Who's your favorite?
Honestly, I like my boy Stack. Yeah, Stack.
I'm more of a Smoke.
Stack.
Smoke.
Stack was the blue.
No, the Smoke.
Smoke. Yes, I saw Smoke. Yeah, Smoke. I like Smoke. He was more of like the planner, He had things going on. Like he wasn't just like Smoke was kind of just like, yo, who cares, Like let's just.
I did learn a lot from this movie, like what it was kind of based off of the Crossroads, and I forgot his name, but that guitarist, the black guitarist,
Sammy.
No, but that was the one in the movie. Real life.
Oh,
there's actually something about the Crossroads and where they're filming and everything. Like
a
all
lot of it is
historic stuff behind
even
it.
The Asian actors. There was a lot of Asian actors that grew up in the South because a lot of white people refused to serve like black people in those like regions. So they came, they built like I guess stores, and there's a lot of Asian Southern people with like thick Southern accents.
I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah, if you go on YouTube, you could see there's a lot of documentaries on it. It's like all that stuff wasn't just like, let's just add Asian people randomly to a movie in the South in whatever year it was. So it was pretty accurate in terms of the demographics.
His deal, man.
What I wanted to talk to you guys is about the deal, the Ryan Coogler deal that everyone is going batshit crazy over. So his deal was apparently or allegedly, we don't know the exact deal, but he gets paid from the movie before the studio recoups any money, which again isn't really like the craziest thing. That's not like a new deal.
That's the craziest thing to me.
No,
a studio allowing a director to make money before they do. To me, that's crazy.
Bro, actors get that deal sometimes.
No, they don't.
They do. Some actors get.
No, they make money off the back end. But actors, they're getting paid. Like they're getting their money regardless. You're acting, you're gonna get your money. But those people who make deals on the back end, that's after the movie's out. Ryan Coogler's like
bonuses.
the first person who did this.
No, so look, I looked it up because I'm like I was interested. I'm like, okay, what is everyone talking about this deal? He was on a news channel station, and the reporter was like, hey, what's going on with this deal? Why is everyone making such a big deal out of it? And he's like, I have no idea. He's like, nothing in this deal. This is out of his own words. He's like, nothing out of this deal is new. This is all stuff that has been given to other people before. And she's like, why do you think people are making a big deal out of it? And he's like, I don't know. He's like, I have my thoughts, but he's like, I just prefer not to say. He's basically trying to say because he's black. Like, that's kind of what I got.
Who else got the deal like this?
So I looked it up. So the most important part of the deal wasn't the getting paid before the studio recoups, because I don't.
Let me guess. It's getting the movie back in 25 years?
Yes, that was the movie the studio giving back the movie rights in full creative control back to Ryan Coogler in 25 years. So after 25 years, after they've, friggin' sent it on a million streams and did what they did with it and DVDs and whatever, he gets it back and, he can do whatever and makes the money from it. But I'll name some notable directors who kept the movie rights or significant control after they made a movie for big studios. Can you guess any? You know some.
I would say Christopher Nolan's up there.
Christopher Nolan is definitely one of those people.
Quentin Tarantino. Scorsese, maybe.
I'm not sure about those, but I wouldn't be surprised. But number one, George Lucas, right?
Okay.
He made Star Wars for 20th Century Fox, and he retained merchandising, sequel rights, and creative control. However, he did sell the rights to Disney for like a lot of bees. Billions.
How much?
I think it was 12 billion, if I'm not mistaken. No, let me just look that up.
That's crazy. You think he's regretting it? Or not regretting it, but do you think he's like... Because we are not the biggest Star Wars fans here, so when it comes to the Star Wars lore and even behind-the-scenes stuff with George Lucas and all that stuff, we don't know too much about it. So if anybody does know about George Lucas and all of that stuff, let us know, man. Let us know.
I'm about to look it up right now. How much did George...
Let us know if it was a good deal. Because I know Disney Plus is destroying Star
Wars. $4
Wars.
billion, which is...
Okay, $4 billion. You think... When did he sell it?
2012.
2012.
Worth it.
You think if he did everything until now, he'd be making that though? If he just made the sequels and he made it his original way, because that's a big thing for the Star Wars community, talking about George Lucas never got to do the sequels, but he did have a plan.
Okay, so look, I'll admit it. I don't know too much about George Lucas and the whole Star Wars franchise. I'm planning on getting into it. Our podcast is called In the Real, so I gotta actually watch a lot of these franchises.
Yeah, be real.
But
be for real, dog.
but I will tell you this: someone cuts you a $4 billion check. I'm the owner of. I might sell one of my kids for $4 billion.
That's crazy.
$4 billion. Come on, I don't care, bro.
100%.
How old is the guy? You cut him a $4 billion check. He's not working for the rest of his life. His family, his kid's kid. That's like life altering money, like reality altering money.
He set up generations.
So he made a few movies. You got a $4 billion check, whatever. I'm sure they probably get some sort of like consultation from him. You know what I mean? Like,
no, they definitely do. Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's probably.
You don't have last say, so. Well, it all depends, right? So it's like if I sell what I've been working on for all these years to someone like Disney, and Disney puts someone like the guy who did Clone Wars and did a lot of these shows and stuff, like especially Clone Wars. I don't know about anything else. His name is Dave Filoni, and he's actually the guy who directed the first episode of Avatar: The Last Airbender, and he directed a lot of other episodes of Avatar: The Last Airbender. He was involved in that show, yeah. Then he did Clone Wars, and this guy's like goated. A lot of Star Wars fans love Dave Filoni. They're saying that he should be in charge of Star Wars now because he respects George Lucas's vision, and they share the same type of vision. It's one of those where it's like
it's not about that though.
No, it's not. But what
is
it about?
It's about
money,
Disney.
right?
It's about Disney executives saying, "Okay, we need at least 4 Star Wars TV shows, 2 Star Wars movies every other like 2 years."
And if you give it to someone like Dave Filoni and he had creative control of all of it, because Kathleen Kennedy, that shorty who's doing it, same person who greenlit The Acolyte.
That's a big job though. That's a big ask. That's a big ask.
That's the type of shows we're getting.
It's a big ask though.
There's rumors. I don't even know what happened now, but I heard that she got the boot. Dave Filoni's about to be creative control or something. Like, yo, she just, I don't know, man.
Everyone's getting fired, huh?
And I'm somebody who never watched Star Wars. Let me get this up. I'm somebody who never watched Star Wars, but in 2024, I have watched every single property Star Wars has owned except for Andor, which I just finished season 2 the other day. Amazing show. But what I can say is, like, if Dave Filoni, the guy who did one of the greatest TV shows, Clone Wars, and his vision for it, if he was in charge for everything Star Wars, I think Star Wars would be on a better track than they are right now.
But
they met the sequels, The Acolyte, Obi-Wan was like a lot of these shows. Mandalorian had the greatest first season, and then
let me ask you this. Besides Kevin Feige, who, I mean, there's only one franchise that's as big as Marvel. They got like 50 plus movies and properties, whatever. But name me one other franchise where someone is able to take creative control the same way Kevin Feige did and make it successful. It's not an easy job. So the guy might be able to like make a TV show or movie or whatever, but like to create a whole franchise where you're creative, that's a lot, bro.
But he's appointed by the people, right? He's appointed by Disney and he's appointed by Marvel to run everything. George Lucas is somebody who made it. Kevin Feige didn't make Marvel. He didn't make the comics. He didn't make any of that. Yeah. And he's still killing it. Imagine you gave it to George Lucas. Imagine J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling, in her deal, allegedly, like, I don't know too much about it, but what I did hear is the fact that she always had creative, not control, but input. They would not be able to write a script without J.K. Rowling. So
I mean, she's the one that wrote all this shit, so why not? Like,
George Lucas is the one who did everything Star Wars, right?
It's the money, Brody.
Yeah, facts.
It's the money, man.
All right, man. Thunderbolts review. Let's do our scores for Thunderbolts. 1 second. Let me really think about this. Because it did change. I watched it twice. 3, 2, 1.
8.5. 7.5?
Come on, fam.
This has been the best Marvel movie in the last God knows how long. I don't remember
I'm
the
not
last
saying,
movie.
Come on, like it was a bad movie.
No, it was a good movie. It was a great movie.
But I can't get over the fact that just like Sinners, or not even just like Sinners, I think they did it worse than Sinners. I can at least
a lot of it got spoiled. A lot of it got spoiled. But you have to though. Like look. I'm Marvel. You need a win. So as the studio, you gotta tell people, you gotta expose as much as you can to get people back into the theater, because you know what? The last like couple movies have been hot doo-doo, hot trash.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of it got spoiled, of like Taskmaster dying. The Void.
That didn't get spoiled.
What do you mean didn't get spoiled?
Okay, we knew she was gonna die. We knew Taskmaster was gonna die.
Was
she was in one scene in the trailers. But bro, she died the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, she got a bullet to the dome.
And they're still to this day promoting her in the new Avengers.
Yeah.
I literally put in the Marvel Studios Instagram comments. I said stop with Taskmaster. Why are you trying to call our brains though? We know it's not.
Maybe the character is gonna come back.
No, how?
No, not like Taskmaster, not the person play. I mean, bro, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not mad that they killed her, because what was she gonna say or contribute to the story?
She had the exact same input to me that Ghost had, and I came out liking Ghost. I could have came out liking Taskmaster. Bro, why not just add her to the team?
Ghost you can't add. Taskmaster is like literally. She just like it's not distinctive enough to add her. Like they all had their own thing.
So what's distinctive of Ghost? We haven't seen Ghost since Ant-Man and the Wasp.
She can phase through things.
And
so all their power sets and abilities, they're unique. You have Bucky.
Isn't she a super soldier, Taskmaster too? Didn't she punch Ghost like far?
Who?
Taskmaster.
No, she's
yes,
just
she did.
Is
before
she a
there was
super
that
soldier?
scene before she got dubs in the head, she threw Ghost and she got whaps to the back, and then she's walking up to Yelena and John Walker, and then she pops up in front of her and she shoots her in the head. But
I don't know.
Do you know what the script was for her?
No.
She was supposed to make it to the end, allegedly, and a running joke with her is that she keeps losing her memory, right? So every time in the middle of the scene, she'll try to go and kill John Walker. And every time he's like, yo, what are you doing? Like, chill. That would have been so funny. That would have been so jokes. But
yeah, I'm glad the way they did it, man. The tone was perfect.
Amazing tone. I get what people are saying, where it feels like the first 10 years again of Marvel.
Yeah.
Like, I really like that. The opening scene with Yelena.
Yeah.
Damn.
It was amazing.
And she actually did her own
It was
stunt.
amazing.
Florence Pugh.
Oh, and David Harbour as well too. I loved his character.
Yes.
His character was so funny, and like it was like perfectly balanced. Like he didn't like make it too extra. Bucky came back too, and I loved my favorite character, John Walker. He was my favorite character out of everyone, because you know what, like he has just like funny like vibe about him, where he's like, bro, like I'm Captain America. I was Captain America, but like, fam, you're Captain America for like 2 seconds. They were roasting the like junior Captain America. I like how they kept roasting him, and he kept taking it like
that
a sport.
scene where Yelena was destroying all of them one by one. It's like, you're a shitty person, Ghost, and just John Walker comes like, you're trash, and your family knows it too. Yo, she had smoke for days, bro.
Yeah.
But I did write that. I wrote Red Guardian and John Walker were definitely the funniest two characters in this movie.
100%.
And he's just one of those like he's just a dick. Like that's why he's so funny, because he's like, he doesn't care. Freaking.
You know why this movie was good? I'll tell you why. The last couple years, I've been looking at the MCU. A lot of the phases are actually not that bad in terms of like the movies. There's a couple bad apples like Ant-Man and Thor. Like those are.
No, not Ant-Man. Ant-Man and the Wasp. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. The first Ant-Man is not.
It's still an Ant-Man movie though.
Oh no, but I thought you meant like the first Ant-Man movie.
No. Like honestly, like his
general.
Yeah, his
Okay,
franchise
okay.
is just ass, and the last couple movies have been ass, and
Yeah.
Thor has been pretty ass. I'm not gonna lie.
Thor, two out of the four is shit.
That's bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And how is he getting 4 movies and half of them are terrible?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
And one of them's okay.
yeah, his movies, like, I'm not gonna lie, if
first
it wasn't
one's
been of the
okay.
Avengers, like, Thor has been pretty shit standalone. But okay, what I'm gonna say is, they took a bunch of characters that no one cared or liked, and they did the classic Marvel formula, where we're gonna take characters we now know them because of their shitty projects, but now we're gonna put them in a movie and do something cool with them, which was like, okay, these guys, like, it's kind of hard to watch a movie about Yelena or Red Guardian or Bucky. Is different because, you know, he's kind of like part of the OG. He's been a part of every single phase, one of the only actors.
Him and Loki. Tom
Yeah,
Hiddleston.
they've been in every
Phase 1
single
to 6.
phase. So, like, you know, he's cool, but you can't watch. It's hard. He just had a show right now, and it was all right. The Falcon and Winter Soldier, like,
Which I actually really liked.
you like it, but the thing is, like, it's hard watching these characters as the lead. So I like how they took this movie. They kind of poked fun at them, where it's like, you guys are all losers, and that's kind of like the general audience. This is like what the general audience thinks of them. You guys are just a bunch of nobodies. No, bootleg Captain America, bootleg Black Widow, bootleg whatever.
Two bootleg Captain America.
Yeah, exactly. So you have a bunch of like bootleg characters that like everyone knows, the audience knows, and they played off their weaknesses as a strength, which made the movie really good. And the plot as well, like, they literally made the plot about them being losers and how their inner feelings and thoughts and doubts about themselves and their inhibitions, to actually become something greater. Like, if they can beat this guy who's unbeatable, right? And if they can do it as a team or they can do it as individuals, they can be seen as heroes. So I thought it was a great plot. I loved the Sentry. I love Bob.
Looked really good. He looked really good.
They knocked it out of the park.
But don't you think it's kind of annoying now? Like, we just got Captain America: Brave New World, where I was defending it on, like, yo, he's not beating Red Hulk. He has to talk him down. This is another movie I looked at it like,
absolutely,
they're not beating him.
for sure.
They're not.
Yeah.
Do you get annoyed with certain stuff like that now? Because now I am starting to get annoyed, and this is my biggest problem with Thunderbolts, and the reason why I dropped it from an 8 from the first time I watched it to a 7.5. The pacing is so off. They start off by really, the beginning is so stretched out,
Yeah.
and once you think you're in the middle, you're really at the end. Everything happens so quickly. They meet Bob, they get out, Sentry happens. They see him again in Avengers Mansion. They fight, and the movie's done. Like,
Yeah,
the beginning was
movie
really stretched
was
out.
a bit short.
However, those were some of my favorite parts. Like the whole freaking Red Guardian driving in the mountains. Yelena, they're gonna kill you. Like that whole
that was
scene
nasty.
when Bucky pulled up for the first time. Like,
He got his aura back.
Yeah, he did. He definitely
it was
got
the
the
same.
aura back.
It was the same
And
Captain
people are
America
talking
gun.
People are talking about. Oh, do you hear about that NPC or that you play the villain? You beat the villain and become a, what's it called? They become a shitty character now after you beat them.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, what about Bucky? Bucky was all bloodlust 24/7.
Yeah, he was
was mind controlled.
He was
this
brainwashed.
is now a
Yeah.
Bucky who knows what he's doing, and obviously it's
He has a
gonna
conscious.
be it'll be less of what he's doing in things.
And honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. That scene at the end of the Avengers Tower, where like, I don't know if you caught it, but like there was a bit of like Winter Soldier, they're paying homage to the movie with the whole knife scene. Do you remember at the end where Sentry literally beat the brakes on all of them?
Yeah.
And then Bucky's like, you know what? He went last. He's like, I'm gonna end this. I don't know why he thought that, but yeah, he goes and he fights him, and he tries to stab him the same way he stabs Chris or Steve Rogers with the whole knife movement. I don't know if the choreography was exactly the same with the knife movement, and then Sentry just rips his arm off and dashes him. But like,
that was hilarious.
It was
That fight was good.
It was a good fight, and you know
why
what?
didn't the kill switch work on him? He's just too powerful.
He's unkillable.
Like, there's some stuff that weren't explained. Like, we still don't really know about Sentry.
Yeah,
that should have been explained more. His backstory should have been explained more. All we got is that he was abused when he was a kid and his mom was abused. We didn't get so much Sentry backstory that we should have gotten. He's just some guy who survived an experiment.
No, I don't think so. Yo, you have to, bro. The last act. I see why a lot of people complain about the last act because it kind of did happen very quickly. But when you think about it, the last act was literally the explanation of Sentry and even who was the CIA director that they were like trying to like put in jail?
Valentina?
Yeah, Valentina. What's her name? Valentina?
Yeah, Valentina Allegra de la Costa or something like that.
Like, put the fries in the bag. Look, I like how they did his power set where basically the void is his inner like thoughts, his like insecurities, his mental health telling him he can't do it. And everyone has that kind of voice in their head, right? But since he was given a serum or something to amplify him, to make him a super soldier or whatever the case is, it amplified the bad side. So like, it's not like in the comics where the void is like a demonic entity that actually is inside of him. That's how it is, right? So I like how they did it for the MCU, where it's like it was just his regular doubts, and he grew up as kind of a screw up. And you see that one scene where he's in his safe room, where it's like he can just pretend everything is
like
fine.
The attic of his crib,
and you hear his dad abusing his mom and abusing him, and like I thought that was like, it was good. Like, that's the whole point of Bob. You're not supposed to get like a detailed breakdown about him because he's just a loser. He's just a random guy who grew up.
It's not about detailed breakdown about him. It's, you could have given more of an explanation about this guy and maybe showed a 1-2 flashbacks or something. Fine, if you don't want to, okay.
You did though. You got him as a child.
The whole Sentry project. Like, how many people did she make? How many got thrown away? Like, why was he the only one in that spot?
Yeah,
like,
that part was a bit more microwave plot.
I just don't get where he came from.
Well, they all died.
Yeah,
though.
He's walking
They
down
they all died.
So where was he? Why did he die? Where did he go?
Just
why was he in that room by himself in that crate, in that container? Or was he not? Was it a bunch of those Sentries?
They explained that too. She thought that it was a failure. I think that he didn't test well, and
no, but was he? I know that, and she was gonna incinerate everything in that room because everything has to do with Sentry.
Everything was a failure.
Yes, but was it just him in that room, or were all the other failures there too?
We'll never know now.
Yeah, that's like.
But what else are you
it's
gonna
not
get from that plot, though?
I just feel like, I'm just saying, I still rated the movie like a 7.5 to 8. I'm just giving you some of the reasons why it felt a bit rushed, because yes, it's a Thunderbolts movie. We're getting the Thunderbolts. If you are going to make this guy a Thunderbolt in this movie, we should get a little bit more when it comes to Sentry, in my opinion. That's one thing.
I think they gave us a lot. I think they gave us backstory on John Walker. We already know a lot about him.
No, I'm not talking about Thunderbolts. They did that part very well. I'm just talking about
Sentry,
him.
Yeah,
like, he's just, and I feel like we see this too much, where it's like a mental type of thing or a mental block, where it's like the darkness inside of you. We gotta beat it and we gotta get over it. I feel like they only did that because there's nobody on this team that can actually go up against Sentry, and that's a fact. And it's like,
that's the case, though. They have to make the movie. But that's
okay. So now my question is, would the movie be better if Sentry wasn't the villain? Would the movie be better if they had a certain villain where it's like, he can play on their thoughts and he can mess up these guys or something, and they could still beat them? Somebody who could be powerful, or someone who could be Baron Zemo. You get what I mean? Who can actually mess with these guys, but they can fight. I saw that too, where there was early drafts of Zemo, Abomination, certain people being considered to be a part of the movie.
That's the number thing that pisses me off. It's like, we're gonna put all these cool characters, but we decided on not doing that. Like, I hate that so much.
No, but honestly, how is Zemo going to be a part of this team? Look, this was a really good movie without Zemo, unless he was the bad guy.
I want to address one thing that you said. Look, this movie, the main plot isn't about Sentry. It's about a bunch of losers that doubt themselves, that have no purpose. How do we give these people purpose? So while we're giving you the purpose and explanation of all these backstories, of all these characters, we need to make it fair and balanced for all the characters. It can't just be Sentry overcoming his doubts and beating a character. I get what you're saying. Like, you want it to be an actual fight versus like a Power Rangers / Felicity in the ear, giving a prep talk. Yeah,
and I don't think it was a hug. at the end because they were definitely trying to pull him off of the void.
Yeah.
But I can see why people are looking at that like, oh, they beat the guy with a freaking hug.
Yeah.
Because they were trying to also play on that. Like, we're all here for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
saying? But they did it in a way like
it was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, they executed it properly.
If
you do it properly, it will come out good. But like they've been like the Captain America one was like,
though, fam. Like if this was the threshold and it's like they just made it above where I'm like, I don't hate it because you did a lot of other stuff that was really good. But I don't know, that end for me was too quick. It was too anticlimactic. I thought the middle was the middle when it was really the end. I don't even feel like we had a middle. We had a very long beginning and then we had an end. In my opinion,
I think it was perfect. I think the end credit scene was, first of all, the end credit scene was like 10 minutes. That shit was long.
Wait, we'll get there. One thing I really liked is when Valentino was giving that speech, and I thought, oh my god, this is now, I hate this movie because I looked at it like, oh, because she called you guys the new Avengers, everything's blessed, until Yelena said, we own you. Fucking mic drop that shit, fam.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, that was really good. I love that scene because it really shows now the impact of what they have. I care about these characters now.
I super care about them. I
really care about them now going into Doomsday.
Yeah, and like they had to do it where it's like, okay, we had a lot of crap that we gave you guys. Now, remember we were literally talking about this where it's like, bro, I don't know what the plot or buildup is to these next two movies, but like this was a good pivot to like, okay, now we're gonna head towards Doomsday. We're gonna head towards Secret Wars. We have the Fantastic Four cameo at the end.
Like,
this was good. This was good. The end credit was good.
Bro, I didn't have a problem in Phase 1 watching Iron Man 2. And then at the end of Iron Man 2, Coulson goes to New Mexico where Thor's hammer is. And we know there's another movie. This is why I love the MCU.
But that's with purpose, though. That's with purpose. A lot of these other, and like the Doctor Strange end credit scene, like that went nowhere. The one where his third eye opened up and it's like,
that movie's so trash, bro.
Chill, bro.
Stop, man.
Chill,
Multiverse
man.
of Madness is so bad.
It was a good. I don't care. It's a good movie.
You know what? I might like Madison more than that movie now, bro.
Hey, I'll take
smokes.
it. But and then even Ant-Man's end credit, like there's so many end credit scenes where it's just like this is not.
No, that was a good one. The Kang one.
Yeah, but it's useless.
It didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
But that's not their fault. They didn't know about that at that time.
Bro, it's just one of many things.
What I really like about this movie is the whole polys between Avengers. Now the Avengers are gonna do a Civil War Part 2. I don't know who these Thunderbolts think they are, putting on these suits, calling themselves Avengers. Yeah, take the Z, broski. You're a joke, man. Like, why do they think they're Avengers? Bucky's a dickhead. After talking to Sam in Brave New World and him saying like, yo, I'm trying to, this guy wants to build the Avengers.
That was the one thing I'll say. The tone between Bucky and the Captain America movie was completely like, is this the same character?
Yeah, he was a congressman for half a
but
term.
It never really showed that like he's like it makes sense. The story made sense, but like it was just kind of like, okay, what are we gonna do now for this new movie?
Well, he was in there for 1 second. What do you mean the tone? I don't get it.
He was that the only time he was a congressman? That shown?
He wasn't. No, not in the show. Brave New World.
Yeah,
Brave New World. Yeah. He was a congressman or I think he was like in the running to be a congressman, and then you find out in this movie he only had half a term.
Yeah, his ass.
Joke, man.
Anyways,
but no, the Avengers. Apparently, somebody made it really. Someone talked about that and said it's not a copyright issue. It's a trademark issue. Just something I don't want to say. I don't know why. But anyways, if you were to have a new Avengers team, if Sam were to make a new Avengers team, who would you want to put on it? And before I forget, Thunderbolts answered a lot of questions. Who bought Avengers Tower? Where are the Avengers? What's going on with this world and their heroes and all that stuff, which another thing I really, really liked. But yeah.
You gotta put you could put War Machine.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
guy.
War Machine. Like what they did to his character deserves.
War Machine, okay.
Sam, War Machine, Spider-Man. Who else?
Take Spider-Man.
Hulk.
I don't think Spider-Man is gonna be part of an Avengers team. I think he's gonna stay the friendly neighborhood.
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
like I think too. Like what happened once they did that whole like thing at the end of his movie? Like, do they remember him? Like they remember just the Spider-Man parts?
This is what people don't get, and I don't know how they don't get it. You remember Spider-Man. They don't know Tom Holland. He said, I want everybody to forget Peter Parker. Nobody knows Peter Parker, but they all know Spider-Man. So every time Spider-Man was unmasked when he was with people, I'm pretty sure he's masked. And I'm only getting this because this is how it was in the comics.
For like the whole end game? Like, what, they just don't know that part now? Or like, do they
He had his mask on for a lot of it. Of the fight, he had his mask on. I think Civil War or Infinity War is the most he had his mask off. But who knows him from Infinity War? Doctor Strange. So every time Doctor Strange remembers his time on the ship, he's going to remember him with a mask. You get what I'm saying? All pictures and stuff. This is how it was in the comics, apparently. Pictures and stuff of Peter Parker. Yeah, now it's either gone or it's like a fully Spider-Man type thing. You know the only person who remembered him? The Hulk. Because when they did the spell, it was Bruce Banner. It wasn't the Hulk. So when the Hulk was the Hulk, he looked at him and said, like, you know, wah, Peter. And he's like, you remember me? He's like, yeah, you know, everybody else doesn't, but I do. So I think that's what they're going to kind of do to bring it back in. Yeah. Like, maybe it only happened on Earth, and it happened on every Earth in the universe. So maybe someone like Captain Marvel come back down and be like, hey, Peter Parker. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe something like that can happen.
Okay.
I don't know.
I would do
I hope they don't
Captain
ruin
America.
It. I really hope they don't ruin it.
I think they're going to do something good with
because that was a
movie.
big movie.
It was.
You can't. The ramifications. Yeah. Like,
well, it's the same thing. You're going to get 2 Avengers movies. Or, sorry, 1 Avengers movie. And then you're going to get Spider-Man after. So it's like...
Yeah.
We're going to see what
they're picking up. They're saying... I don't know if he's going to be in Doomsday. And now they're saying he's going to be masked up if he's in Doomsday, which plays a part because of the whole Odyssey stuff. He's very busy, so he's going to do only voiceovers. If that is true, it makes a lot of sense because nobody knows who this guy is anyway.
I think they'll make it work. People get scared, but you guys gotta remember a lot of times these guys don't have a lot of screen time. You like they do, but it's like maybe like 10, 15, 20 minutes. You know, it's a lot of time for like movies. You know what I mean? But what I was going to say is, so Captain America, War Machine, Captain Marvel, Thor, Hulk, Spider-Man.
This guy's building a roster and a bench. Give me 6 characters, fam.
Okay, fine.
Or Thor. OGT, I'll give you 7.
Thor, Captain America.
Okay.
Doctor Strange.
I don't think Thor's going to be part of an Avengers team again.
Bro, you told me pick.
No, okay, go. You can pick.
Thor, Captain
Spider-Man if you want.
Thor, Spider-Man, Captain America, Doctor Strange, War Machine, and Miss Marvel.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel? Not Captain Marvel.
Sorry, Captain Marvel.
Oh, okay.
Or Miss Marvel, whatever. I don't mind either or.
It doesn't make sense for them because they're going to make a young Avengers.
I don't want to see that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't want to see that.
It's going to happen.
I don't want to see it.
They're going to call it the Champions because they're not that young anymore.
I don't want to see it.
I don't know why. I'm very excited. That Teen Titans. I'm excited for the younger teams. I like
Teen Titans is cool, but like not Young Avengers. That just sounds like. It sounds like K-pop, like like not K-pop, it's like kids pop.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Other than Kate Bishop and Kamala Khan, I don't care for the rest of them.
Yeah, like bro, put the fries in the bag.
Yeah, I don't care for the rest of them. This guy's been on that scene. Like, put the fries in the bag.
Okay, we'll spend very quick on it. Is the cancellation of Suits L.A.
Yo, we did an episode that didn't air because we got some problems with that episode when it came to quality, and it didn't air. But we talked a lot about Suits L.A. And for anybody who knows me, knows I love the original Suits movie show. You know, freaking what's his name? Gabriel Mock or whatever his name is. Freaking Patrick J. Adams, Meghan Markle. That show was
Patrick J.
goated.
Adams. Who's Mike Ross?
Yeah,
oh.
That show was goated. Then they come out with this, okay? Stephen Amell leading Suits L.A. Okay, and it has people like someone from The Walking Dead, Eugene.
I want to say one thing.
Wait. Let's just give them the lore behind this for people who don't know about Suits and stuff. So they brought out this show and it came out not too long ago. They're 11 episodes deep. 9 out of the 11 episodes is some of the worst TV I have ever watched in my life.
Worst TV
in my life. You cannot take a show and make the exact same show, but in a different city with different people. I'm sorry. You will never have 2 firms that act exactly the same. Why are these guys making the exact same jokes with the exact same banter and the exact same freaking speech?
It's the Suits. It's this. First of all, look.
You can't do that.
The original Suits.
And
I'm gonna piss people off. The original Suits.
To end it off, at least get good actors to do it because.
Okay, I'll agree with you.
Mike
with that.
Ross, Harvey Specter. Yeah, Suits' charm was corny, and it was a bit
that's
of
what I was gonna say.
Certain jokes were.
The show is corny, and that's what made it special. But it
now
was like
people can make
it was a special charm of corny. That's kind of why it was successful. There were some good scenes where like the acting was pretty well.
Yeah,
pretty good actually. But
pretty well. The acting was really good in that show. Like,
yeah, but a lot of it is like playing off of like dumb jokes between each other, like Harvey and Mike.
Not a lot of it,
you know what I mean?
I think they make way more jokes.
Yes.
They are never serious in the show until the 10th episode.
They
Why?
try to capture lightning in a bottle again, and it's just not gonna happen. And let me tell you something about Stephen Amell. Look, I'm not here to like ragdoll on any actors or anything, but that guy is just that's not him. That Harvey Specter type role, bro. To be a Harvey Specter, because that's basically what they were trying to do. When Harvey Specter came on the show, they're like, "No, I'm Batman. You're Batman." They're clearly, like the show is telling you like this is Harvey 2.0. Like you can't cast a guy who can't give a speech like that was a good thing about Harvey. He was ready to page anyone, give you a speech, fire you. Like, if I worked in that firm and Harvey came and paged me, I'd be like, yo, I'm not going to lie. You're right. You know what I mean? You're right, because the way he acts, the way he gives any sort of command, control, whatever, it's like, it comes off perfect. You know what I mean? It just flowed in a way where it's like, you're glued anytime this guy's on the screen. But Stephen Amell, like he has like an aura to him, which is it works well with certain roles that are more like action based, and I think that's more of where he can be successful, right? But I think in a show where it's like you have to kind of act like 90% of the time, it's not like Arrow. Arrow is a lot of it's stunts, a lot of it's fighting, and he does that well. Like I enjoyed his presence in that show, but like when he starts talking, it's not good. It's not good, and I feel bad saying that because like he's not a bad actor. I just think that
if we're doing a film podcast now, we gotta give people their flowers, and we gotta also talk truths. Okay, The Rock and Stephen Amell are not the greatest actors out here.
It's the roles.
It is what it is.
It's the roles, fam.
At
the end of the day, you gotta.
It's the roles. I don't.
Okay, there
he's
are
one dimensional.
He
can do Arrow. He can do Code 8. That's it. I don't see this guy, and maybe like Blue Mountain State where he's doing a funny role, but I don't see him as this guy in a
serious
suit
drama
who can make serious scenes. Yeah, serious scenes, but then also emotional. Have a little banter and jokiness to it. I think the girl, the black girl, I don't know her name. I think she's horrible.
Lex. Her name is Lex something.
I think she's absolutely horrible. I think the best person in the show is probably Eugene from The Walking Dead. The guy who plays his friend.
That guy's jokes were so bush, man.
No, it is bush. I
really tried to like it. I like it because of the cast. I like Stephen Amell. I loved Arrow. That's the reason why I watched it. But first of all, I don't know if he's the creative producer or not, but you need to give up this flashback shit. Not every show flashback, man.
It's really acting like Arrow. It's really
the show is like literally Arrow. Like 50% flashbacks.
But you know what's crazy? That was my favorite part of the 10th episode. It's like the 10th episode for me was so good because they were focused on one thing, and it was a serious episode. I think we got maybe 2 jokes, and the only jokes were from Stephen Amell, and they weren't bad.
So why don't we just make a show about his time in New York as a criminal prosecutor, and he's actually serious? Why don't we actually just do that then?
Yeah,
you should just make the show about that.
I think you know what it is. The storyline is not good. The thing about his dad, his brother, I don't think any of that is good. I don't think it holds any weight.
It's so random.
And you find out his dad, him and that girl that he likes. Like I don't know. Yeah, like
he's in love with two of them. And you don't even know how his brother died until like one of the last episodes. Like it's implied that he's dead, or not implied. It's like
said
it's said that he's dead, but they never really
how
it was the mob boss. He was supposed to get blown up. Remember the guy that they locked up? He likes blowing people up. That's like his signature. And they put a hit on him to blow him up, and they killed the Rock. I don't know how. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny, but like one has Down syndrome and one's a regular. Like they mistaked his identity, and they blew up his brother. And it's like,
this show, if it didn't get canceled, I would have canceled it.
I'm surprised it got canceled. Usually,
I'm not, bro.
The CW can pump out all those TV shows for a series or two. I don't know. They plugged it a little too quick. I think they could have.
But you know what it is? The CW doesn't really have. It's like I don't know. I can't even explain it. It's just when it comes, no matter what, you can put the Flash on TV and people are gonna watch it. But when you take everybody who loved Suits is watching this Suits just like me, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people are saying the exact same thing. What the hell is this? Yeah. This is not the same show we watch. It shouldn't be the same show we watched. Do something different. They're different actors. You're in a different city. When you bring Harvey Specter back and he gives us that Suits that we knew from back then.
He was ass too.
He was ass.
Harvey when you Specter. Said that, I didn't believe you. I had to watch the show.
How can you make Harvey so bad?
He was
one of the greatest characters in TV, and you made him trash next to Stephen Amell.
Yeah, and the thing is, they're doing criminal law, so it's like, okay, like this is like legit now. You know what I mean?
Before it was all corporate, right?
Yeah, it was all corporate law. I think for the majority of it, but like this is like criminal law with like a little bit of action. It's like you guys are all
and there's no stakes.
Ass.
Mike Ross was not a lawyer, and he's acting like a lawyer. That in itself had us on the edge of our seats for seasons.
Yeah, there wasn't
like zero stakes right now.
Yeah.
And it's so, oh my God. I have never been proven right so much in my life than when you sent me that message last night. Suits is canceled.
This guy was hating on it. I was trying to give it a chance. I gave
from
it like...
episode 1, first episode, I knew. First episode of the regular Suits.
TV shows.
First episode of the regular Suits, huh?
I think I like shit TV shows.
You movies. Like so many bad TV shows.
Because now it's like...
This guy fends for She-Hulk. What?
I don't fend for She-Hulk. I didn't like what?
She-Hulk, bro?
What? First of all,
were you not the one to say you like She-Hulk?
Bro, it's a 30-minute series. You know how like you can't even like enjoy or dislike something that's 30 minutes. By the time you sit down and you drink a cup of water, the show's done.
No way you just said that.
Yes. I treated it like it was a Friends TV show where it's like you just watch it and you go home.
That show was garbage.
Yeah, because you guys were hyper analyzing everything about the show. It's a 30-minute show.
Hyper analyzing. Where do I begin? The whole.
We're not talking about this.
No. I promise you guys, if Daredevil was not in She-Hulk, I would have not watched it. I promise you, I would have not watched it. I'm missing out. I watched it, and I wish I can get that memory out of my head. I don't even care about Daredevil on that show.
The show sucked, but like I don't know why people are making such a big deal about it.
Because it was so garbage.
Like it was a 30-minute episode. Garbage. Like it didn't.
Who needed Megan Thee Stallion at the end?
Yeah, that was dumb. I'm not gonna say it. Like, there's a lot of dumb things in that show, but like,
just leave us our shit, fam. If anybody did that in Star Wars, there would be an uproar. Leave the Marvel stuff, man. Leave it. Just do the Marvel shit at the Marvel shit, bro. If you want to bring Megan Thee Stallion in, make her play a character. Frig, man.
Free Tory.
Free Tory. You know what? We're not talking about She-Hulk right now, bro. Anyways,
The Accountant 2. This guy freaking fell asleep in the movie theater. Bro, was it just boring? Were you tired? Did you need a Red Bull?
Bro, I was so tired. Yes, I was so tired. So tired. This guy said, let's go watch the 10 o'clock movie. I'm like, all right. I'm an old man now. I'm sorry. I love my 3 p.m., 4 p.m. movies. I love those
4 p.m.?
Oh my God. I think I'm old now, bro. I love when a man says, "Yo, let's go to a movie."
The sun's even set until 9 o'clock.
Nah, bro, I don't want to watch. I don't like late movies anymore, unless it's maybe like an opening of a Marvel. If it has to be an experience, then yeah, sure. But other than that, bro, I love my 4 o'clock movies, 3:30.
Do you remember the movie at least?
I remember him and John Bernthal. I remember the fighting at the end. Nah, bro.
Okay, I'll give it a rating.
This is his review.
I'll give it a rating. I'll be quick
with
it. The movie was a 7.5 out of 10.
Stop this.
You can't rate it if you fall asleep.
You're right. No. All I'm saying,
you have to watch it. And let me finish.
The way people are talking about this movie.
No, bro.
I'm saying stop this because I gave Thunderbolts a 7.5 and you're giving that a 7.5.
That the movie doesn't deserve a 7.5.
Thunderbolts
was an 8.5. Yes, it does. It was a good movie. It was one of the.
Maybe
it was one of the most fun times I've had in a movie in a long time. Where it's like, yo, I'm actually enjoying the movie.
You know, one thing
every Marvel movie I'm watching, I'm like, I don't know why they have us on a freaking program watching every movie. I'm not doing this no more.
One thing I didn't say about Thunderbolts. Did you take in how they did a lot of throwback stuff to the original MCU?
What do you mean?
Yelena jumping into Red Guardian's hands and him throwing her, same way Black Widow and Cap in the first Avengers movie when he threw her up.
No, I don't remember that. No.
Okay, well, that's one of them. One I really hated that they did not need to add in. And it's like John Walker's such a big-ass guy. When they're finding the thing to get them out of the room so that Ghost can phase out. And Yelena's like, I found it. I can override it. This guy comes, on your left. Don't ever in your life use those words again. Who the hell do you think you are?
I didn't think that in.
This guy said, on your left. And he hit it. I got so mad. I don't know why. I got so pissed off.
He's a douche. But look, The Accountant 2 is rated 77% on Rotten Tomatoes. And honestly, I'm not mad at that. You know what I mean? Like, I think
I'm talking shit. I gotta rewatch it. But like
the movie, the audience score was 92%. So like the general public liked it. I liked it. The movie, look, the only thing I'll say is that Ben Affleck, I think sometimes gets a little too excited in terms of, that's my favorite actor, by the way. You know this, right? That's my number one guy.
Best Batman.
I think what made the movie, the first one, so special is that like it was such an original, unique idea. It was someone who is it not Down syndrome? Sorry, what was his like?
Autism.
He has autism, and he has the ability to be like a mathematician. Like he's amazing with numbers, and he's also an amazing fighter, right? So that movie, it played off of an original idea. And an original script, while this one here kind of piggybacked off the first movies. And I kind of see why people say, yo, never do sequels. I don't want to do sequels. Is because it's just kind of repackaging the first thing and kind of giving it to us in a different format. So the only thing I didn't like, but I kind of liked at the same time, was the beginning of the movie. They played a lot on Christian Wolf, which is Ben Affleck's character, being awkward, right? That's kind of like the whole like...
Oh, the dating scene. I remember that. That was hilarious.
Scene, and it's like the first movie didn't really have a lot of that stuff, and I felt like that's kind of why it was like successful, because it was a unique idea. They didn't spend too much time on his personality besides the flashbacks, but this one kind of like went full in on like the dating scene, and there was a lot of time spent on that, like how he made an algorithm and how he matched himself with all those girls, and like I just thought like it was a bit silly. It's not like, yo, it made the movie bad or anything, but at some points, I'm thinking, when is this movie going to be over? Not because I wasn't enjoying it, because it just felt a little long in terms of like the pace, right? So I felt like the action was really good. The Punisher's in it. The Punisher and Daredevil. You know, funny enough, they both played Marvel characters, and one's still playing one.
I think at this point, it's like very hard to not see a Marvel actor in a movie.
Yeah,
everybody's
they're
like,
everywhere.
and it's not even just superhero. Everybody did a Marvel project.
And John Bernthal, like, he's a great actor in that movie. Like, he's
a great actor.
Plays such an emotional character where basically his brother doesn't have the ability to like properly develop a relationship with him because of his autism. It doesn't allow him to act and feel on those emotions, right?
Yeah.
So this is a big thing for that character, where he kind of tells him like, hey man, like, do you not love me? Do you not care about me? So the movie did a lot. It had some good emotional moments. The action was good. It wasn't too much over the top. You know, they explain a lot about the assistance that he's getting in his ear, that virtual voice. There's a lot of kids that are just like him in a research facility.
They explained that in the first one. The girl.
But
now the girl runs it, and now she has other people like
she has a bunch of kids. And in this movie, they're finding a kid that also they're saving a kid who has the same sort of condition as him. So it turns out that kid's mom is also like them, but what happened to her is she was about to get assaulted, and she got into a car accident where she hit her brain in a way that unlocked those abilities in her brain. So she became a very ultra aggressive assassin, and basically at the end she gets her memory back, and she remembers that's her son, and the person who did that to her is basically the person she's trying to kill.
Wow.
Yes. So it was actually a really good story.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And I think you should definitely give it another chance, because there's a lot of good things about that movie.
Yeah, and we went to a regular theater.
Yeah.
The seats were horrible. Y'all know we talked about seats last time. We should have went to Imagine. We really should have went to Imagine for that one.
Yeah,
I
so
would have slept like a baby.
Home theater, right?
I would have slept like a baby in those seats.
Let's go home then.
All right, man. Villain Mount Rushmore.
Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
I'm down to go first.
Okay.
All right, so there's two people on here that I think are a given in anybody's Mount Rushmore, right? And I think more so, maybe not you because you haven't watched this stuff, but I would think Darth Vader is one of the greatest villains out there. I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan, but like I said, I have watched everything Star Wars now.
He is in everything.
And he is the most...
referenced.
Not even referenced. He's just... Bro, there's certain people I actually get scared when I see them. When I'm watching something, I see them. If I was there and Darth Vader was there, I shit my pants. That guy is insane, fam. He's
iconic.
He's super iconic. He's just OP.
He is referenced. So many shows talk about him. Family Guy, Simpsons. There's always like a Star Wars episode for so many different TV shows.
He's one of the GOATs.
Yeah, I would put him there
number 2, I would put Joker. More specifically, Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
But not just Heath Ledger. I would also say Mark Hamill's portrayal and his voice for the Joker was amazing.
Yeah.
As well as Heath Ledger, I think two of the greatest.
That movie locked that guy.
Two of the greatest.
Solidified him as like one of the greatest performances in a movie of all time. And
he is the Dark Knight. He's the reason why everybody says the Dark Knight is the greatest superhero movie.
More than Christian Bale.
Whatever. 100%. Third place for me, I'm definitely gonna put this character. I just think he had such a presence.
I think I know who. Homelander?
No. Homelander needs a few more seasons of TV for him to be Mount Rushmore. He is one of the greatest villains. I wouldn't put Mount Rushmore yet. I'll say a lot of these characters had more time. I'll put third Thanos.
Okay,
I think for a universal villain who took over the MCU.
A lot of people don't see him as villains, though.
No, he is a villain. Stop.
A lot of people don't. They're like, what did he do?
Crazy. He's a villain. He's a villain. Bro. He had great motives, but that's how you make a great villain, with great motives. But regardless, he's still a villain, fam.
I didn't say that. I said some people don't see him.
No.
Is he really a villain?
He's 1,000% a villain.
He's trying to make rent cheaper and and give more jobs. You know what I mean?
Oh man, yeah.
You know what I mean? Bro. Like, is he really that bad? Like, man, he was trying to empty half of these apartments. You know what I mean? Rent went down, food was good.
But he's also somebody who is like, his presence on screen, when you see him against all these freaking heroes that we spent 20 plus movies with, and then we see this guy just dupsing everyone.
He's a villain. He bodied them.
He was up there.
He's not a villain in the conventional sense.
And last but not least, for me, I'm gonna have to put the guy who was so terrifying. Niggas had a rule to not even say his name.
Who?
My nigga Lord Voldemort from Harry Potter. And you know what? He's sighing and huffing and puffing because he never watched Harry Potter. If you guys know, Darth Vader and Voldemort are two of those villains where you cannot even say their name. Actually, more so for Voldemort because there's more magic involved. If you say his name, he's gonna know. But, bro, like, people were terrified, fam. Terrified. You had grown mans crying, dude. What are you talking about? Voldemort? What do you mean? How you mean? You didn't watch Harry Potter.
I'm gonna watch
my Potter fans. Put it in the comments right now. Voldemort. What'd you say?
I said, this guy, you love Harry Potter. Like, you are Harry Potter.
I love Harry Potter. Harry Potter's a goat.
Okay, look, I'm gonna give you my list, and I might have to change it up after hearing yours a bit. These guys might not be. You know what? Whatever. I'm just gonna say my list.
Say it, bro.
Stick with
number one.
Stand on business.
Number one. Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin.
I give you that. That's in my...
Not number one. Sorry. This is not in any particular order. But Willem Dafoe. Right? Willem Dafoe's portrayal as Green Goblin. That guy's one of the best actors ever. Mm-hmm. He's a great actor. I loved and wanted him to be the Joker. On one of the episodes of SNL, he actually mentioned it. He's like, it's kind of crazy that people think I look like this homicidal maniac, the Joker, and they want me to play him. So like he knows that, but it's too late. I don't even think it's too late.
I don't think it's too late at all.
I don't think it's too late, but I think he would absolutely kill it. Imagine him in like Ben Affleck's Batman. Oh my gosh. Anyways, Green Goblin. That would have been amazing. Actually, it would have been amazing. It would have been amazing.
Jared Leto's just been getting shafted, and he's not even a bad actor.
I don't think he. I think
he's
that
not even a bad
like
actor,
scene at the end of Justice League, Zack Snyder's,
really good.
Yeah, that was good.
Really freaking good.
If it was that, like, I think he would have had a better chance, but I just think that dumb laugh and like the tattoos kind of killed him.
Are you like with me when I say that is top 5 greatest superhero movies of all time?
The Justice League,
Zack Snyder cut, Justice League.
I have to think about it, but I'm not like it is a good movie. I did enjoy it. I would watch it again. It's really long, but I gotta think about it off the top of my head. I don't know.
Okay, definitely top 10 because now I'm thinking.
No, it can't be top 5. Yeah,
there's definitely like top 10. Definitely
3 Spider-Man movies in the top 5. You know what I mean?
Beyond into
Spider-Man 2.
And Spider-Man 2. Like No Way Home.
Yeah, like it's a lot. You know what I mean? I wouldn't even put No Way Home. Like it's there. It's top 10, but like top 5.
No, I'll say Justice League better than The Dark Knight. I have a red dot on my head right now. Fans out there, what'd you say? Zack Snyder hater right now.
I don't know. Like, my thing is, I love those movies, but I love them as a different portrayal for Batman. But like, as a comic fan, it's not the real portrayal of the character. So that's why those movies kind of piss me off a bit. Okay. But I love them as movies. If I'm just like, I want to watch a good movie, it's an excellent, phenomenal movie. All-time movie. Let me finish this list. I said Willem Dafoe's Joker. Sorry, Green Goblin. Might as well be Joker at this point. Tony Soprano.
Okay.
From The Sopranos. Bro, if there's one show you have to watch, it's The Sopranos.
I was told by many
that
people.
show is it caught me by surprise. It is the best one. It's one of my favorite TV shows. It is one of the best TV shows of all time. 6 seasons of pure good acting.
6, eh?
Yeah, and there's so many different characters and famous actors. Like a lot of famous actors. There's so many different actors in that movie. It's like, whoa, you're in the show too? So it's kind of like The Wire, where there's like a lot of you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, Tony Soprano, it does such a good job at making you love him, and then right when you're like, yo, I love this character, he does something so jacked up, where it's just like, you actually get mad at him. You're like you are such a good character, and you have to go do this terrible thing. Like you hate him now. Like it does such a good job. When you hate an actor or you hate a character, they're doing a phenomenal job.
Yeah. 100%.
And this show makes you love him and hate him. So imagine that.
Like, I know you didn't watch Game of Thrones, but Joffrey Baratheon. I know you probably heard of this guy. Joffrey, King Joffrey.
I did.
That actor, I think, quit acting afterwards because people were just on him. Miskeen, man.
Yeah.
Like, it should be the opposite. He did such a great job. You should be praising the man for hating his character that much. But no, people hate the actor. And it's so crazy how you can actually go out there and make it like the actor is literally doing the shit that they're acting.
He needs a better PR person.
Okay, so you got Willem Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe.
You got
Tony Soprano. I would say also I gotta put my boy Joker.
Okay. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
100%. And honestly, I don't know, man. This last one, there's a lot. Like, there's a lot of like horror movie. Like, there's like Ghostface Killer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put Ghostface Killer because you know why?
Scream.
That movie was the first. I think that's where I learned how to be scared in life.
Really?
Bro, as a kid, I couldn't sleep with the light off. Like when the first movies came out, and I was like terrified. I couldn't sleep with my closet door closed, and I couldn't sleep with the light off.
Me too. I had a big problem with sleeping with the light off. You know when it started? When my mom started playing Michael Jackson. Not gonna lie, no diss, great artist. But that guy in Thriller, that shit scared me, bro.
Scared you?
When I was a youth, yeah.
Okay.
Come on, bro.
Yeah. Okay. I get it.
R.I.P. Michael Jackson.
R.I.P. man, one of the greatest to ever do it. Ghostface Killer, and that's it.
Ghostface Killer, Green Goblin, Joker, and Tony Soprano. It's an odd list.
It's not bad.
You know what I mean? I respect Thanos. I know everyone's probably on my jocks about Thanos, but like, I don't know, bro.
I don't think a lot of people have Thanos in their. I think a lot of people do, but I think there are a good amount of people who don't.
You know what? It just made me feel like, I don't know. It's hard to like put MCU in a lot of stuff. Like, it's
No, I feel you still. I feel you. I just think his presence in like, because I don't think I would have put Heath Ledger's Joker up there if it was just Heath Ledger's Joker. He was really great, but I'm putting Joker as a whole because Joker and his presence as a. We're talking about villains. We're not talking about who's portraying the villains.
I know, but that version of that villain.
I'm just saying, if it was just that version,
Yeah.
I don't know if he would be in my Mount Rushmore. But the fact that we have the cartoons and comics, and we have just this
the Joker's
person,
a bastard. He's a maniac.
He's just this iconic villain. You have to put him up there.
Yeah.
But
Facts.
No, yeah, man. All right, bro. Let's move on. We're playing a little
game. It's called Delete One. Okay, so you're gonna have to delete one of these movies from the list. But you know what? I actually want to change it. I'm gonna change it to save one. So I'm gonna give you a list, and you gotta save one of those movies. The other ones are gone forever.
Okay, let's see.
Okay, so number one, we got MCU heavyweights. You got Endgame, Infinity War, Winter Soldier, No Way Home, Iron Man, and Guardians of the Galaxy.
I gotta save one.
You gotta save one.
That's easy. Endgame, 100%.
My guy.
Like what?
I'm an Endgame over Infinity War guy.
No, I liked Infinity War more than Endgame, but like Endgame's story was like, it's too like, you know what I mean? Like, bro, it's like it holds a lot more weight. You know, you wrap up the conclusion.
Wow, I didn't know you were an Endgame guy too. Still,
no, I like Infinity War more, but like if I have to,
but you're saving Endgame. That to me is like, yo, that's
big. That's huge.
you can't save Infinity War because the ending is just gonna be like, I need more. Like I need more.
That is
like
true. That is so
yeah,
true.
you can't. As a movie, what I enjoyed more, definitely I enjoyed Infinity War more for sure. I loved it. I loved at the end how they all died and disappeared. But Endgame for sure is a better conclusion and final to the Infinity Stone saga.
Yeah.
And
Like I love Guardians, but I have no problem getting rid of Guardians 1.
my problem is I'm gonna get rid of it. When I go home, I'm deleting Disney Plus off my app.
but like you,
Those characters suck.
no, they don't.
They do.
Winter Soldier is one of my favorite movies of all time.
It's top 3 MCU movie.
Yeah, and like on Letterboxd, you put 4 of your favorite movies. Winter Soldier is one of mine, like
100%.
of all time.
100%.
But I don't know. I think I would also keep Endgame. It's just Endgame. Even Iron Man was so good. Anyways, dark and gritty comic films. Okay, The Dark Knight, Logan, Joker, Watchmen, and V for Vendetta. I know The Dark Knight, right?
No,
Logan? Really?
Yeah, 1000%.
Over The Dark Knight.
Movies that like I feel like it doesn't get enough attention and praise.
You're gonna
because,
get
like,
sad every time you finish it.
Yeah.
The Dark Knight, I'm gonna be like, yo, Batman, you're a waste man. Why are you taking the fall for Harvey?
No, bro, that movie's like it's good, but like, fam, I told you the comic book side
Wow,
of
I'm
me
surprised.
does not like that movie. It's a good movie. If you don't know anything about Batman, you just know he's a guy that's rich and he beats people up, right? That's cool.
I think even for a Batman movie, it was good.
Bro, Logan was one of the best emotional stories about a character.
100%.
Like
I'm not even gonna argue.
that
with
is the Dark Knight of Marvel movies.
you. Yeah, it's one of those where if that's what you
Yeah.
choose, I can't even argue with you.
It's a great
I'm personally
movie.
gonna choose The Dark Knight.
Nah, but that.
Superhero origin stories: Batman Begins, Spider-Man 2002, Iron Man, Doctor Strange, Black Panther.
Spider-Man 2002. That was the thing that set off the path of me being like into this stuff
Into
so
stuff,
much.
yeah.
You know what I mean? That was the blueprint. That's, you know, that's Michael Jordan. That's LeBron.
Yeah, I don't know though. I'm not gonna lie. Like Iron Man was one of the greatest origin movies
Second
of all time.
Second best.
Of all time.
Second
I can
best.
get rid of Doctor Strange, Black Panther, and Batman Begins, no problem. But Iron
Second.
Man, Spider-Man, that's a toss up. That's
1A, 1B.
I think Spider-Man 2 is freaking amazing. I also think Spider-Man 1's amazing too, man. I'm gonna go Iron Man. I have more fun than Iron Man. It was
You're more of
such
like a new
great-
school.
Great
You know what I
movie.
mean?
No, I'm not. Don't even try that, bro.
You're more new school.
Don't do
It's
that
okay.
to me, fam.
It's okay.
No, I'm not, fam.
Okay. I had Spider-Man 1 on VHS. Yeah, I'm a bit old. I had it and I watched it until the film like broke.
Yeah. Man used to do that with the Lion King.
Yeah. I watched it so much until the film broke. So I don't think I even watched it in theaters. I think my dad one day we were just at Walmart. We see it, and I popped it in, and like my life changed.
Spider-Man 3 was one of the greatest theater experiences I've ever had.
Absolutely.
And
for
we
people-
sat
for-
all the way in the front.
Yeah, for people who in the front.
Yeah, we saw it. We like
was
not all the
packed.
way, but we sat like maybe 3 rows up from
It's
the
packed.
bottom seats of Cineplex. Like,
Is it bad though?
Huh?
Is it bad? I feel like it's not that bad.
It wasn't that bad back then, I guess. I was small, so I wasn't really breaking their neck too much. All right, the next one: high octane action classics. John Wick, Mad Max Fury Road, The Raid Redemption, Mission Impossible Fallout. Hey, we watched that together. And Die Hard. It's either for me. It's between
John Wick or Mission Impossible.
Yeah, because the Raid. If it was the first Raid, then I would probably put that up there. I would definitely put that up there. but
I'm doing Mission Impossible. I'll tell you why. Those other movies, absolutely jump off a bridge. I don't want it.
which one's Fallout again? That's the one we watched, me and you. It's not the one with Henry Cavill.
Are we
though.
talking about the movie itself or the franchise?
No, we're talking about the movie, fam.
Fallout. Is that the one with Henry Cavill?
I think that's Rogue One. I mean, Rogue Nation.
Bro.
Oh yeah. I'm keeping that one too.
Yeah, regardless of the
Cavill?
fact, yeah. Like that icon. That guy should be in more
crazy.
action movies. I don't know why he's not.
That whole washroom fight scene,
Yeah.
you know, me and this guy watched that movie together, and it was my second time watching that movie, and it was a choice between, I don't know if you remember, everybody else went to watch Crazy Rich Asians, and you said, no, I don't want to watch that. I'm like, yo, I'll watch Mission Impossible with you again. We watched it. This guy had time of his life. I would never forget that experience.
It was
Me and you
amazing.
watching that shit was.
It was
absolutely
amazing. That was an amazing movie. Anything Tom Cruise does, I'm a big Tom Cruise fan. He's one of those guys. He's like Will Smith. Tom Cruise is like the name brand people. Whatever they're in, they're always gonna give a good performance.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. John Wick. I love Keanu Reeves, but bro, that last movie absolutely sucked. And like I watched it on my laptop, and I'm hitting the fast forward key.
Bear.
And I'm like,
the one where he's on the stairs.
yeah, and I'm struggling.
Trash.
I'm struggling
not
to
gonna lie.
finish
People
it.
need to chill when they're talking about that movie because people glaze John Wick as a whole a lot. When I think the first movie was amazing, the second movie was proper, and then I feel like it kind of goes downhill from there. I think the third movie is with Halle Berry, right? And the two dogs. That was the third one, I
Halle
think.
Berry. Oh, that was his love interest, right?
I'm not sure if they're a love interest, but he needed her help. No, they weren't love interests.
not
He needed her help, and then she had those two dogs. Okay, anyways. Sci-fi action epics: The Matrix, Inception, Blade Runner 2049, Edge of Tomorrow, or Terminator 2: Judgment Day.
Damn. Which Matrix did you say?
The first.
Damn. Matrix and Terminator 2? Damn, bro.
I wasn't really a Matrix guy, and I haven't watched Terminator.
You never watched Terminator?
We talked about this. No, I haven't.
Oh my God, James Cameron.
Listen,
fan.
there is always one thing somebody who, in our space with this film stuff haven't watched. For me, it's definitely Terminator.
That's like one of the best sequels. I swear
Terminator
to
2?
God, Terminator 2 is one of the best. I think it's the best sequel after Spider-Man 2. I think it's Spider-Man 2 and Terminator 2. The sequel.
Blade Runner?
What? No, I didn't watch it. Okay, I'm gonna say Terminator 2. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I loved Arnold's performance, bro. That was an amazing movie. I really wanted to say Matrix because I watched it so many times. I watched it in philosophy class in high school. It was one of those movies that like you watched it so many times because the whole like argument is, how do we know life is real? How do you know everything in front of you is real? That was like the whole thing about it. It was
Fun fact: the creator of the Matrix is the creator of Terminator, and Terminator is a prequel to the Matrix.
No,
it is, and not like the way they
not
made
the creators. I swear the creators.
The creator's a black lady. Search it up.
Oh, you're talking about the real creator of the
real creator.
Yeah, fun fact that movie was stolen by those two brothers who are. Yeah.
Or what?
Nothing.
Or what?
They're two sisters now. You have to both of them are sisters.
Villain-centric movies. The Dark Knight, Joker, Thor Ragnarok, X-Men Days of Future Past, or Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Villain-centric movies?
Yeah.
How is the last three movies you name are not villain-centric? They're movies that have villains. What the fuck? What's this guy talking about?
Two sisters is crazy.
Oh my god.
Yo, fam.
How did she get teethed? How did the original creator of The Matrix get teethed twice? James Cameron, the guy who made Titanic and Avatar, teethed the Terminator from her.
James Cameron teethed Avatar from her?
No. Like, he's the one that made Avatar, right? And he made Titanic, and now he made Terminator.
Oh.
I'm saying, how did he teeth her? And then those two brothers or sisters, I don't know, whatever. They both teethed her too.
He did Terminator and the brothers did
Matrix.
Matrix.
Cameron is the Terminator.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yo, action comedy blockbusters. Deadpool, Ragnarok, Guardians, The Nice Guys, Rush Hour 2. Of course, Rush Hour 2, man. Epic adventure films, Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Pirates of the Caribbean and the Curse of the Black Pearl, Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, The Mummy, and Jurassic Park. I'm going Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl.
I'm gonna go
Raiders?
Lord of the Rings.
Really?
Yeah.
You watched Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, as a kid with my dad.
I'm so
We went
surprised.
to the movies together, and like my dad likes the medieval like sword.
Yeah.
Like I don't think
It's
he
a
took
good
it
series.
as a sci-fi thing.
Long
Yeah.
as hell, but it's a really good
Brother,
series.
I don't think I even remember half of it, but I remember having a good time watching it. And those other movies are just whatever. So.
Oh, this one you already know what I'm doing. Disney animated classics: Lion King, Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, Mulan, Hercules. Lion King, my favorite movie of all time. Pixar's Best of the Best: Toy Story, Finding Nemo, The Incredibles, WALL-E, and Up.
Finding Nemo, Incredible, Up, and what was the first one?
Toy Story, WALL-E, Up, Incredibles, Finding Nemo. I'm going Incredibles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ultimate heist movies: Ocean's 11, Heat, The Italian Job, Inside Man, Takers.
What if I told you?
If I'm keeping one of these,
Takers is the only movie. That's terrible. I know I'm gonna get punched in the face. That's Takers the only one I remember.
if you know
Remember.
me, you know my favorite genre of film is heist movies. I'm giving you a list. I want you to watch
I know
all
Ocean's
that.
11 is the right answer. I know that.
Oceans. The Ocean's
And
trilogy is
Heat.
one of my favorite trilogies of all time.
Yeah.
I love Ocean's 11. I even love The Italian Job. The Inside Man's really good. Heat.
Oh, Inside Man with Denzel, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, I changed my mind. Inside Man.
I'm taking Takers all day, every day.
Really?
Takers.
Oh, so
is
why were you
one of-
mad?
Takers is one of the most underrated films I have ever
Paul
seen.
Walker, Chris Brown,
in
T.I.
my life.
What a random group of
Stars.
people.
So Idris Elba, Paul Walker, T.I., Michael Ealy, Hayden Christensen. What the hell? The whole team stacked, fam. Paul Walker. I said that. I don't know. Paul Walker. Rest in peace, my guy. I don't know. I think that was a really good film. I think
Inside Man.
through and through that. Did you watch Takers? You watched Takers?
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
I don't know, fam. That's one of my favorite films of all time.
The Inside Man was a really good movie. Denzel absolutely killed it out of the park. You know, there was a part 2. It's on Netflix. Denzel's not in it though.
Oh, but that. Takers was supposed to have a prequel, like a few years after Takers. I'm really excited. Like, I really want to talk about this. I love this film.
I love Takers.
I love Takers.
good
Chris Brown
movie.
had one of the best action sequences of parkour I have ever seen in my life. Him jumping over the whips and jumping through the buildings and come on, bro.
Paul Walker too.
The whole story of it, like, that team star-studded cast.
I don't remember a lot of that movie, but
You
I
should
do-
rewatch
I
it,
do
bro. I think
remember-
you would really like it if you rewatch it.
Funny enough, that's the only one I remember out of all those movies.
Yeah.
But then I remember.
But you know how you rewatch something, you find new things or you like it more or whatever.
Yeah.
All right, man. Last but not least, legendary film franchises. Marvel Cinematic Universe, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, including the Fantastic Beasts, and the Dark Knight trilogy. I'm already gonna go Potter. I think I don't know. I can't get rid of Harry Potter. I love Harry Potter.
I'm gonna do.
But I think it's kind of crazy to keep 8 movies over
Yeah.
like MCU.
I'm gonna
Star
do MCU
Wars.
or Dark Knight. The actual movie quality side of me says the Dark Knight, but the comic book side of me says the MCU. But also, it's MCU's not even that comic accurate when you think about it. So
That is true.
they're
That is super true.
Like, I don't know, like they're both 1A, 1B, but like
Yeah, and
I
Star
want
Wars
more.
isn't like, I don't care for Star Wars. I like it. I'm down. I'm excited to see what happens with it, but I don't think I care for it that much.
No.
I absolutely love Harry Potter.
No.
I've always loved Harry Potter. So yeah, I'm going Harry Potter. Definitely. You know, I had a question for you actually. And we're going to answer it on the next pod. I really want you to think about it. This is my question of the week for you. Okay? So where is it? Okay. You got 5 assassins in a room. Yeah? Like, let's make it like the little warehouse that the Thunderbolts were fighting in the beginning. Okay? Same thing. They're all equipped with one pistol. Yeah? I don't want no answers now. Think about it. We're going to tell them next episode. Who would be the last man standing out of these people? John Wick, Ethan Hunt, Jack Reacher, Jason Bourne, and James Bond.
James Bond, Ethan Hunt, John Wick,
Jason Bourne, Jack Reacher.
Jack Reacher. We're talking about Alan Richardson's Jack Reacher?
Alan Richardson's Jack Reacher. Matt Damon's Jason Bourne, of course. Tom Cruise's Ethan Hunt, of course. Daniel Craig's James Bond. And obviously Keanu Reeves, John Wick. Ponder it. Think about it. Guys, this has been episode 3. Thanks for joining us.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If you don't agree with anything we're saying,
please
I'm
tell us.
you're going to not agree with a lot of points in this episode.
Yeah.
You know, follow us on TikTok. We'll put the link somewhere here.
We'll put it under. It'll be under it'll be in the episode description. The links for our TikTok, for the Instagram. We're going to build up a Twitter. We're going to do, Everything. Hopefully, you guys leave us a like, comment, subscribe. I've been Aces. This has been DJ. Take care.